Wouldn't it be awesome if you had greater control over your speech? That is, if you wanted to say something in a meeting, or if you wanted to answer the phone, or you wanted to go up and speak to someone in a social situation, wouldn't it be awesome if you had the control and the confidence to do that? What if you no longer had to be afraid of answering the phone or speaking up in a meeting or expressing your opinion about something? What if you felt a sense of security and peace that, you know what, if I needed to go get another job, I feel confident that I could? Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't it be good if you could feel great about being able to express your ideas and your thoughts? You have abilities, you have ideas, and you have skills that other people need to use, need to take advantage of, need to know about. But the only thing that's holding you back is speaking. So wouldn't it be awesome if that were no longer the case? Wouldn't it be great if there was some kind of a system or a service or something that could literally transform your life in that way? Well, I know that you've heard people say, well, yes, if you take this course, you take this, if you watch this video, or if you do this 3-part or 8-week course, you're going to be able to do this. And I know a lot of people make promises that they're not able to keep. They're not able to back up. And what I've discovered is that there are several components or elements that need to be present to ensure success. Now, there are some people who can go to speech therapy and bam, that's it. They're speaking well. There are other people that can watch videos and that's all they need. Or they can take a course and that's all they need. But a lot of people need a little more. So what are some of the things that they need? One, is they need the right information, right? They need the right techniques and strategies that will work for you. Okay. Second thing is people need inspiration. We all need inspiration, right? So people need to be inspired. We need to be inspired to move forward. We need to have hope that, you know what, this is possible. I can do this. There's other people doing this and I can do this too. It is possible. We also need to have encouragement. Well, what's the difference between encouragement and inspiration? Well, encouragement is, for example, if and when I'm working with a private intensive coaching client and they say, you know what, I don't really see this working. I go, I understand, I've been there, but keep doing it. It is working, something is happening, you will see results. And then 2, 3, 4 weeks later, they see results. Ooh, I'm glad I stuck in there. Some of my clients even say, you know what, if it wasn't for the coaching, I would have quit a long time ago. And that's exactly what a lot of people do. So the encouragement is critical. But what else? We also have evaluation and feedback. So one of the things that I do in my courses, that is my live courses, and my coaching is I provide evaluation and feedback. As I can look at you and I can listen to you and say, this is exactly what you need to work on. Work on this and that. Sometimes you'll come back and say, okay, I worked on this, it didn't quite work, and I'll go, okay, try this or do this. And then you'll come back and I'll go, that's awesome. What did you think about that? All right, let's work more on this and improve a little bit on that. So it's that evaluation and that feedback that gives them what they need. One of my clients said, well, yeah, I can practice all day long, but how do I know if I'm doing it right? Evaluation and feedback. Well, what else is necessary? Finally, accountability. So some clients say, you know what, if I had to do this on my own, I wouldn't do it, right? I can say, okay, you need to practice this, you need to do that. But on their own, they just don't do it. They get busy or they don't feel like doing it or they do part of it. So accountability says, okay, here's what we've agreed to do. Now let's do it. And then we come back and we say, okay, so how did that go? Well, I did this, but I didn't do that. Well, let's take a look at this, but let's talk about why we didn't do this. And let's figure out how we can do this, because if you want to get to where you want to go, you have to do this. You got to work on this X number of hours a week. So that accountability that motivates, that keeps them going. So there are these elements that I'm finding from personal experience, from working with clients and seeing them transform, that are absolutely necessary. The right information, that is the right techniques and strategies. Inspiration, that is where people feel inspired, they have hope. Encouragement, where they feel like, okay, I feel like giving up. No, keep going. Evaluation and feedback, work on this. This is great, but we need to do this. Accountability. All right, let's make sure that we do this each week for this number of hours. Does that make sense? So what I've done then is put together two programs, right? Two primary programs. One is private intensive coaching, which hopefully you've heard about. This is probably the premium program where I'm spending one-on-one time with you, often, 8 hours a month or more, right? Working with you for 3 months straight. Private intensive coaching. Second is an 8-week course. 8-week course has to do with proactive speaking, or Pro 90D. Pro 90D stands for proactive speaking in 90 days. Well, it's 8 weeks, so why is it 90 days? 90 days is 3 months. Well, I decided to make the course 8 weeks because it takes about that time for you to start to really see significant results. But in 90 days, they really start to kick in. So somewhere between 30 to 60 days, that is a month to 2 months, you really start to see results. But in 90 days, it slowly is starting to become automatic if you're doing the work. So the first 8 weeks, you and I are spending working together in a group, right, online, but in a group, in a class setting, where you're getting the evaluation and the feedback, and you're getting the inspiration and the encouragement, and you're working hard and the accountability, right, for 8 weeks. And we're meeting once a week, and you have an assignment due once a week. So we're working, this is intensive. And what you're going to see is you're going to see results if you're doing the work in 8 weeks or less. The next 30 days or so is time for you to spend allowing this stuff to really sink in, time for you to go out there and put it into action, to work, which you're going to be doing before then. So I give you 90 days because in about 90 days, some people are going to take 30 days, some are going to take 60, some are going to take a little more than 60. But I can give you everything you need in about 8 weeks. Now, let's be honest. Let's be real. This costs money, right? I have a lot of free resources out there, a lot of videos, some audios that are very inexpensive, $7, $9, $19, $29. A lot of free resources on YouTube. And a lot of people watch the videos, get the audio, boom, that's it, they're done. It works. Some people need a little more, right? So the private intensive coaching takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and some financial resources on my part. And I charge for that because it's worth it. In fact, you can't put a price on what you're getting when your speech is transformed, when your life is transformed. Remember, this isn't about stopping stuttering. I want you to think of this example, and then we'll kind of continue on. I love to play the keyboard. I love to mess around on the keyboard, right? I don't really play, I mess around. And I can pick up some tunes and stuff, but my form and my technique sucks. It's really bad, right? I mean, I can do some stuff, and I have a good ear, and some things, can sound all right. But it's just really bad. I mean, I have to go back and learn all the basics. So if I wanted to become an excellent keyboard player, right, would I focus on undoing or stopping being a poor keyboard player? Would I focus on stopping doing bad stuff or wrong stuff? Would I focus on undoing that? Or, now listen, would I focus on doing or practicing the correct techniques, the correct way to play? Would I focus on the correct basics? Would I also focus on modeling someone who plays well? Okay, so it's the same thing here. If you want to speak well, we don't focus on stopping stuttering and undoing that. We focus on modeling someone who speaks well. We focus on the techniques and the strategies, proactive speaking techniques, that will help you speak well. So this is a looking forward and a moving towards what you want, and not a focusing on what you're trying to leave behind. I hope that makes sense. It's a huge distinction between what we do and perhaps what some other people do. So that's what we do in private intensive coaching, and that's what we'll be doing in our 8-week course. We will be focusing on the techniques and the strategies, the information that you need to learn to speak well, right? To have the confidence and the control and the freedom to say what you want, when you want, in the way that you want. To have that sense of peace and happiness inside where you literally enjoy speaking, okay? So, costs money, right? So the 8-week course, what I'm planning on doing is we'll be meeting once a week. You have an assignment due once a week as well. I'll be evaluating you. There'll be time for you to actually present and practice. And it's going to be an awesome course. And it includes all those elements that we talked about, right? How much am I going to charge for this course? I'm going to charge you around $400, maybe a little less, but just around, that's about $50 a week. It's not going to get any better than that. $50 a week. When you look at the investment, it's an investment that you're making in yourself. You look at the fact that some people don't have jobs, and by taking this course, one of the things I guarantee is that you're going to see results, right? I guarantee you're going to see results if you do the work. If you don't do the work and you come in, you're doubting, you're thinking, I'm going to see if this really works, then don't come in. Don't join the course. It's not going to work for you. If you come in like, this is going to work, I'm going to make it work, it's going to work for you. You're going to see results. So you get a job, instantly you've got your money back, right? If you need to change jobs, you need to get a promotion, you got your money back right there. So that's the financial investment that you see, the financial return that you see. What about the mental, emotional, and relational returns that you see for $50 a week, right? For the course. So some people will spend that money on vacations. One of my clients says, yeah, I know people that'll spend, $1,500, $2,000 on a vacation or on Apple products and not invest it back into themselves. So if this is something you really want to do and you're capable of and you're able, you'll find the money. There are some people who are not able to just because of their economy, and I understand that. And that's why I have the free resources. And sometimes I scholarship people. Occasionally, I can't do that for everyone all the time, but occasionally I do. And I don't actually tell everybody about that for good reason. So I give away a lot of stuff, but I have to charge because it takes time and it takes money. What do I charge for my private intensive coaching? I charge $500 a month, but we usually meet twice a week. It comes out to about 60 some dollars a session, which is far less than what other people charge. If we meet once a week, comes out to a little bit more than that. But once again, it's an investment. And that $1,500 is so minuscule compared to the return you get, even financially, from getting a job or from being able to get a promotion in your job or get better jobs. Again, that's just talking about the financial part. What about the peace you experience, the confidence, the self-esteem? What about all of that? You can't really measure that. So just being real, yes, it costs. And you have to be willing to make that investment. The other thing I've discovered is that when people don't pay, they don't take it seriously. I know some people say, oh, well, I will. I've had people say that, and I've worked with them and don't hear from them. They don't attend the sessions. And so the time that we've put in is wasted because they're not taking it seriously because they haven't really invested in anything. So it's important that you understand that for these services where we're spending our time together and we're using resources, I have to charge. But I do try to provide as many free resources with very real, actionable information as I possibly can for those who simply cannot afford anything. And I try to provide some resources that are very, very inexpensive, $7, $9, $19. So I just wanted to just have this kind of conversation with you, to talk to you and to be real with you about where we're going and the two services that I want to focus on, private intensive coaching and an 8-week course. Why? Because I don't want people paying money and not getting results. if you do my private intensive coaching, or if you do the 8-week course and you do the work, you're going to get results. If you don't get results, then I don't want you paying, right? So I'm going to make sure that you get results, okay? And as long as you're doing the work, you're going to get results. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. There is hope, right? You can speak well. I'm seeing people do it all the time. So if you're out there, I encourage you to try therapists, to try the programs. If that works for you, boom, that's it. Good, you're done. If it doesn't work for you, don't think that, okay, I have to live with this forever. It's not true. You don't have to live for it. I've got the solution right here. It works, but you got to be willing to invest your time and your money, right? If you do that, I'm going to guarantee results. It's going to work for you. Okay? This is Michael Williams. I look forward to seeing you. Have any questions, please feel free to click the links that will take you to the appropriate pages and give you the information that you need. All right? I'll see you next time.